So I wanted to share an interesting theory or finding, whatever you'd want to call it, about the movie, the original movie, Mary Poppins. My kids like the movie, so we've seen it a couple times. And I have, in my life, upon awakening and even in seeking, understanding non-duality conceptually, started realizing and noticing all of the places that it sort of seeps in, whether it's famous quotes. I listened to Alan Watts' lectures for years without realizing, strangely, but without realizing that so much of what he's talking about has to do with advaita, non-duality, and then have come to realize that so much of what he says is that. Now, there's a scene in Mary Poppins where George Banks is effectively being humiliated or fired in front of the bankers, this bank that he works for, and he's a very loyal employee. And it's very important. He goes in front of them for this judgment. They cut off the top of his hat. I don't know what the significance of that is or symbolism of it is, but he's at this stressful, almost breaking point. And he reaches into his pocket, finds these two toppings, these two coins given to him by his children, remembers the phrase supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and has his own sort of moment of clarity, his own awakening in some regards. He starts laughing, and in it he says, I'll show it to you, the clip. In it he says, with all due respect, you don't exist.
Extraordinary. It does make you feel better. What are you talking about, man? There's no such word. Oh, yes, it is a word. A perfectly good word. Actually, do you know what there's no such thing as? It turns out, with due respect, when all is said and done, that there's no such thing as you. Impertinent, sir. Speaking of impertinent.
When I heard that, I actually stopped it and rewound it and watched it again. Super fascinating. I don't know if it was an intentional nod to non-duality or what's going on here, but I found it absolutely fascinating. And I'll continue to look for and see other elements of non-duality in our daily living, not just in quotes from sages and masters and spiritual teachers, but just in the real world, as it seeps into consciousness from consciousness, effectively. Please, if you have any other instances of this, share them in the comments. I'd be interested to hear. But that was a finding that was super interesting to me with regards to non-duality in the movie Mary Poppins. That's all I got for today.